What's up, what's up, my peoples? Welcome to the Red Light Special Live. It's your girl, Yamina LaJohn. And you know what we do on Wednesdays is Hump Day. You know, we talk about the love and the relationships and what's going on with the hot topics. You know, I love my red. You know, I'm supporting my number one hustler brand. Shout out to all my hustlers out there. You know, so before we get into the show, you know, we in the springtime, everybody. So this is where everybody starts coming out, the thickums, the skin, the dating scene gets a little bit more wild, you know, it becomes a whole little situation. So, because we are still living in COVID, we still got to talk about what's going on with the dating scene, couples, and just love, period. But before I get into the topics, let me bring in my co host. We have choreographer and director, Mr. Ghetto Stiletto, Apollo Sadiq. And
Hey, hey everybody, how you doing? Hey, what's going on? How you doing, Yamina?
I'm doing good, boo. I'm just getting my wine. Just getting my wine
I
together.
she got okay. I see you. I got mine, so you know I got my cup. You know what I'm saying?
Got some
I
cups.
see you got the ponytail.
I got the ponytail. So we got our girl,
And I,
our actress and activist, Miss Trina Big Reels. I'm
How
gonna be
you
like,
feel? How you feel? How you feel? I said I was gonna get sexy and lay back and be in my boudoir too this week. I said everybody in their bedroom every time I'm on. I'm always on a set. I'm gonna be laid up with my soft, fluffy pillow behind me, looking ghastly, naturally glowing. How I would be in my bedroom. You know what I mean?
oh yes, I love to see that. Keep it nice and sexy. You know what I'm saying? We
You
always
yes.
know,
sexy though.
sipping on my crystal water. You know, with my amnesty and a little bit of synergy and
Oh,
some that give this
Oh,
night some energy. You
I
know what I
love
mean?
synergy.
I heard about that. You know, we would definitely need to make sure that we are drinking our agua and drinking things that make us feel good and healthy and all those kind of things is super important. So shout out to Miss Trina over here letting us know what to do with the healthy stuff. How you
You
feeling over
know.
there on the East Coast?
Excuse me, darling.
How you feeling over there on the East Coast? How's the
Well,
weather
let me
treating
tell you something. Let me tell you something, darling. I don't care on what coast I am. I feel like DMX. I'm good in any hood, boo. What
Yes.
we did realize is that since we are in mass season and they're not going out of season, I decided to pick up a I feel like I'm a DIY me some masks because I'm tired of doing the N95s. And, since we have people now that are living in fear and not really living in that faith like we know we supposed to, you got to have your mask on because if you don't have a mask, people looking at you like they want to choke you right now, like they want to tackle you and call the mask squad.
Yeah.
that is
Pretty much.
it's for real. I don't play with the mask either. You know what I mean? I just say for at this point with the mask situation, like, see, I'm OCD already, and then being in New York when the beginning of the pandemic happened, a lot of people, New York is just nasty, and I just feel that like now, more people are cautious about washing their hands and sneezing and coughing. But I do know it's been a year and mofos are tired of wearing the mask. They're like, I don't want to wear this. You know what I mean? And I've caught myself like being like, oh, I don't want to wear this mask, but this thing still is what it is. So at this point, I don't get as angry when I see people not want to wear a mask because I feel like I feel you, but hang over there.
Listen, let me tell you something. Today on the train, honey, I seen this man coughing up his lungs. I was mad he didn't have on his mask. So that's what I said. I'm a DIY. I wasn't with the mask squad, but I think on the train and when you're on public transportation, people need to have, extra protection because people, like you said, they're nasty. And, a lot of people don't have home training. They have a lot of mental illness going on in the world, not just in New York, but in the world. And so I'm just grateful that, um, I'm at peace because a lot of people ain't at peace. And you can find out like this COVID is bringing out the demons in people.
Ooh, talk about it.
Let's talk about it. It's interesting. I don't know why the mask hasn't been that, other than dancing and teaching, it hasn't been that much of an inconvenience for me. I don't know why. Like, I just like, I mean, when I go out, I put it on. But here's the thing: when I'm walking outside, I don't have my mask on because I'm outside. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm going to my car or going, like, I don't have my mask on. I stay with people. I'm not walking by nobody, whatever. But I ain't been like, niggas be at home in their mask. And I'm just like, okay, like you're home, you're in your own car, you live by yourself, you work by yourself, you don't even own a fish, and you at home with your mask on. I don't understand. So I definitely get it how it could be irritating, but to me, I look at it as just another fashion accessory. And I don't even wear fashion accessories.
Right. That's what I'm DIY some. I just found this little pack for $3.99. I was like, oh, that's cute.
I'm promoting my shit every day because I got a ghetto stiletto mask. And people always look like, oh, what's that? Oh, I'm cool with it. Because it's different. If I had a shirt, is one thing, but everybody's paying attention to people's masks these days.
Right.
The mask also help it also helps when you want to cuss somebody out too, when they do disrespectful shit.
Wait. Oh, girl, that's the other thing. These niggas can't see me doing these faces I'll be making looking at people. Man, I'll be like, oh, child, I'm about to bust out laughing. I'm like, ooh, or whatever the fuck. Or when I'm pissed. That's nothing. That's how I'll be having to remember that even though you might not be able to see my face, but my eyes, you know when I'm pissed. I'll come to realize like you see it, you feel that shit because they start to pierce your ass. So that's the one thing. But I will say this too. One thing about the mask, it has led me to look at people a little differently because you can't see everything. So I'm like, bitch, now I done been in LA for a minute. Now I know everybody ain't fine. Shit, like what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Now shit, everybody look cute until somebody took their mask off. I was like, wow, I never would have thought. Never. Everything from here. This area right here was everything, the body, everything. But soon they lifted it up like this to do something. And I was like, ooh, get back on. You almost got a number. You almost got a number.
Right.
Just think about it. I feel bad. Y'all got to deal with a mask and a beard. So you don't know what you do.
I have a problem looking me in my face and you got the mask on. You might as well smile at me or something. Don't just keep looking me in my face and be like you know, like that gives them even more reason not to speak now. Like, you just gonna look me in my face? You gonna just keep looking at me?
Right.
they try to smile at you, but it ain't making it to their eyes.
No, I start speaking to them. I'll be like, good morning. Good morning. I'll make speak. You looking at my face. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm old school. You looking in my face? We need to know each other. We might need to do business. Well, let me ask y'all something. How do you feel when you are no longer doing business with someone and they give out your personal number? How do you feel about that?
Wait, you're not doing business with someone that give out your personal number?
Right.
I wouldn't like that. I would prefer for them to hit me up and ask me. I don't mind they give like someone my email. You know what I mean? Someone like freely gives somebody my email. I'm cool with that. But my personal number, like we gotta be cool. And I need to hear a text. Like, look, I got a possible client for you, and can I give them your number? I think that would be the proper etiquette, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Did that happen to you?
Yes, just recently, and I was really disturbed. Because I'm just like, you know, and for me, I guess the person that did it, you know, I guess they thought they was coming from a good place, but I'm like, we ain't even on the same level. You know, like you needed leadership coaching. I don't need that shit. I'm a coach. Nigga, you the one that need to get on the squad. I'm a coach. Right? I know how to lead people. And I don't lead you to the nowhere land. I lead people to money. You know what I mean? Anybody on my team, we get green. You feel me? I'm a hustler, baby. You know? So excuse me, baby.
Trina, I was just saying, I guess it really depends on what it is because I know my number is out there anyway when it comes to certain business things.
No,
so it's
this
like,
person gave your number out, Apollo. This is somebody you no longer do business with. Okay, they didn't interview you properly. Okay, and they have the nerve to give out your number. Like we just cool. Like first of all, what you need ain't what I need.
Oh, I got it, because it's not even a person that's like connected on no type of level with you like that.
That's like somebody you used to do business with, one of your old dance squads, right? Gonna go and give your personal number, not your, like, say you had a whole nother number. That's that special number, right? And then they give your number out for something that helped them. We not the same. I don't need what you need because you didn't.
I know, I feel you there, because it's like one of the things now, if it's about some money in business, but still, if it's about business, like, if anything, so I don't miss the call if you really give a fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess for me, if I don't know who calling, you gonna get a voicemail.
Yeah.
Period. Like, I just don't.
Yeah,
and if it's that important, you're gonna leave me.
I normally don't answer, but it's time of COVID and it was from Texas, so I thought it was somebody from my family. You know what I'm saying? So I answered.
That's why you picked up, because how did they know you even wanted to do that? How did they know you?
Let me tell you something, baby. I didn't want to do it, and I was listening to the person trying to sell me on why this program was good. Then when I researched it, I was like, see, this is why I don't need this, because I am a leader. Like, I'm not the person that needs to be led nowhere. If anything, I help people. Like, I'm not to say that program might not help some people, but it's not for me. And it was just like it was almost like an insult to me. That's how I took it.
Oh, because I'm calling like they trying to solicitate you into some situation, a program.
It was like some old, like, someone took this program and it worked for them and they're doing great in a year. I don't know how much great they doing because they didn't leave off great with me in a year. So I wanted to say so bad to the person was shit. Whatever leadership you taught them, you didn't teach them customer motherfucking service. And that people are not fucking cattle and you missionary projects and shit. That's what you didn't do.
So how about, let's turn this around. How about if it was somebody that you haven't spoken to in a while, and say you're single, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say you're single, and so somebody said, oh, I think this person will be good for so-and-so. Or I think this person would be good for Apollo. I know I haven't talked to him in a while, but you know, let me just give you his number and you hit him up and just say that Sharonda but told me to hit you up. How would you feel about that? Especially from a person you haven't heard from for a while.
If it's about coins.
No, it ain't about coins. It ain't about coins. If it's about coins, I wouldn't even be having this conversation. Like my girlfriend called me today. Let me tell you, my friends, when it's about coins, they text me, yo, it's a comedy show. My people looking for somebody. Can I give them your number? They're going to hit you up. That's what people do about coins. When it's manipulation, motherfuckers just give out your number. And I just think it's disrespectful. And then, I text them afterwards, but it was the fact that what people just don't have no proof.
So,
yeah, that is different. The only way I would be cool is if it's about some
synergy tonight. I don't need to drink no wine. I don't need to drink no liquor.
You need that water and that synergy, okay? Synergy, whatever. So will y'all be cool?
But not no person, no, not no like, no, you let me know you trying to hook me up or whatever, like, no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not, and if you're saying the fact that you haven't talked to me in a while, I thank you for whatever, but I would think you would want to maybe reconnect with me before you connect me to someone else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can I put your judgment at this point? I don't know where you at in these days. Your mindset. How do you know if you haven't talked in a while? How do you know that anything that you have is going to fit where I am today?
And not only that, I think we as a people have a problem apologizing. Like, if you're wrong, like, I'm a big girl, I can apologize. If I do some shit that's not right, I think you need to be able to step up and be like, you know what, something so and so happened. I don't like the way we left off, because that's the woman that's in me. I ain't leaving off people wrong, because you never know when your last day, and I don't want nobody to ever say, you know, that bitch did this to me. I don't never want that. Ain't gonna never. But when I leave here, people gonna be like, oh my God, I cannot. and the world will not be the same. I'm gonna be like Martin Luther King, because that's how people love me. Okay, and that's how I love people. You know, it's just a disrespect for me. We have to get better when it comes to communication. Even if we don't agree, even if we agree to disagree, nigga, respect me enough. And see, that's when I'm gonna start teaching people. You're gonna respect me. All I put respect on my name. Fuck that. I'm gonna show you how to respect me. Okay? Because that's how I respect people. But it's the fact that this is what we need to start doing. People want to keep getting caught into the pandemic, making excuses. My mind clouded. I ain't getting no oxygen. I don't know what the fuck it is. Okay.
Trina is here today. We was getting her in the middle of her being the actress and on set, and now she home and comfortable here for the red light special. She give me all that heat today.
Giving y'all the heat. Gotta give it to you.
Without asking her child, you know that's wrong.
You know.
Especially when it ain't about no coins.
If it ain't about coins, okay. So if it ain't
about coins, that's a bit. I don't care who it is, bitch. Call me if it's about some coin. But other than that, no. And I would like once again, if it's about coin, I think you would want to call me so I don't miss out on the coin.
You don't miss out on the coin.
But it's almost like, oh, you know, this person worked in this program, and then you look at the program. I had to add the laugh. I said, baby, like I already paid for a program I ain't had time to take. I said I've been a self-help nigga before there was programs like this. So I gotta be honest about who I am in my life, because that's who I've been before. Before I don't need a group of niggas to help me be a leader. You know, I don't need that. I know what real look like. I don't have imposter syndrome or no shit. I know what it is to be me. I don't want to be nobody else but me. It's hard being me. Okay? Ain't it hard being you? You're mean as shit. Can't nobody do what you do. Can't nobody do what you do, Apollo.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, shout out to Apollo. He had his photo shoot yesterday. I was a part of it too.
I started sweatshirts. I'm trying to get down. I'm ready to come to LA and take a class. I start looking. First of all, let me just say this you, Mr. Stiletto Ghetto Stiletto. Okay, you're gonna have auntie in class because I need to get this, and I'm ready to. And y'all mean I'm ready. I'm telling you, I'm about to bust out to LA because I can't take them. New York ain't doing it for me. I need to get my body moving.
Yeah, you know that. Yeah, I know what you mean, girl. Trust me, I'm gonna get your gears going. Trust me. Trust and believe, honey. You gonna walk out of class.
I said, see. That's what I'm talking about. You know how to take a little bit of booty like mine and make it look like it's a whole bunch of booty. That's what I'm talking about.
Girl, I got you.
So let's talk about this vaccination. We've been talking about this vaccination, this experiment for guinea pigs right now. We've been talking about that. And so a lot of people are getting vaccinated, and then now it's like, oh, you vaccinated, okay, we having a vaccinated party. So what would happen if you were in a relationship and your friend or the person that you with gets vaccinated and you're not vaccinated? So how does that work? Can you live in the same household if your partner is vaccinated and you're not? Is that going to cause it's interesting how this is like turning out right now, because we already said this. We've had personal conversations about this. People got vaccinated, and now it's like, are you vaccinated? We got to have a car. We're trying to travel. So if you're trying to, like last time we talked about, if you're trying to date, are you going to ask that person if you're vaccinated? But now it's like, if you're in a relationship, how is that going to work if your partner is vaccinated and you're not? Is that something that, is it good to have a conversation with that partner before you do that? Or is that something you just want to do on your own? So what we feel about that? I'm going to let
Apollo go first.
Well, as I had told, hold on, my phone about to die trying to put her on the charger. As I had told you, Mina, before, my parents that's in Florida, my dad, my mom got vaccinated. She just did it. She was out and she saw a place that was doing it, and she said she felt it in her spirit. And I always tell her, I said, well, Mom, when you feel it in your spirit, that's what you do. And whatever you do, it works out. So she went on and did it, and it went well. She didn't have any issues or complications. Now my daddy, Mr. Thomas, he's them, boy, Tuskegee and all da. And I'm just like, I mean, and you know what? I can't be mad at him because not that I'm thinking that, but I'm still waiting to kind of see, you know, for people to, you know, whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's, you know, but that's my choice. But they live together. But see, the difference is too, my dad doesn't travel. And my mom, she does. You know, we travel. Like my mom, she'll throw me a postcard and I'm like, where are you? Oh, I took a trip to Rome. Rome? You was just at your desk yesterday. Like, so for my mom, she's like, nothing's keeping me from traveling, seeing the world, and seeing my baby. My dad, we could FaceTime. So I mean, they're making it work for the most part. My dad is, you know, doing his stuff to stay safe. He's staying home. My mom, she was already like, you know, all she does is travel other than working. So public stuff going around. My dad, now it's funny, my dad, he's the one, he's like the family man, his nieces and nephews and grandnieces and all that stuff. So he hasn't been able to be around the family, go to birthday parties, like all the stuff that he loves to do as far as his family is concerned. So if he's gonna do it, so he's able to do that. And my dad just turned 70 like 2 days ago, actually, on the 5th. So that's what I'm just like. So I'm just like, Dad, you know, and he's just like, I don't know, boy. Like, so, I mean, you know, for them it's different, but for a couple, and then my parents, they don't do much together. Like, they're older. It's just like, you know, you do your thing. I'm gonna be out of the house. You got your side of the house. Like, they just, you know, old. But for couples who are actually active, do stuff together, travel, go out to eat, dinner, stuff like that, are doing things together, that's a difficult thing because it's like, well, babe, I want to go on this cruise. And babe's like, well, I'm not getting vaccinated. And then it's like, well, do I need to stay home? Or, you know what I'm saying? I feel it's going to start causing little rifts here and there depending on how the active life is going to be. Because, like, if people want to travel and do stuff together, and next thing you know, it's like, well, I want to do this, but you're not getting vaccinated, so we can't have a life, or we can't do things that we want to do or that we would normally do. I feel that's gonna cause some rifts in the relationship.
I feel like it's crazy that we having that conversation now. We wasn't even like this just happened in a year, and it's like is this we just did a whole shift. You know what I mean? Like we were living our life one way, then it was like this way, and now it was like that way, and it's like now it's gonna cause problems because which it shouldn't cause problems within relationships because I feel like both should understand. I feel like what will cause a problem for me in a relationship is if my partner is walking around with no mask, going to big crowds and doing stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? If they don't want to get vaccinated, because look, the thing is, if you're vaccinated, you can still pass it on to someone. So it's like it's really to help you from dying, from what I understand. Like it's so you don't have, if you were to get COVID, you won't have such a negative response as we saw last year, right? But that doesn't mean that you can't get it, and it doesn't mean you can't pass it. So, like, even if they got the vaccination or not, and they go and travel and they're vaccinated, they can still, even if both of them are vaccinated, they can both come home and still give it to each other. It's just that it won't be, you know, a fatal situation as before. So either way, you can still get it. You know what I mean?
So they say though, because we've yet to see somebody yet catch it, and we don't know how it's going to be. So that's where I'm kind of stuck at. Like I have yet to meet somebody who got the vaccine, who's gotten COVID, and said, "Well, you know, I got sick." Huh?
Right.
Yeah, like I say, I don't know anybody, and then too the variants. They still don't even know how that's supposed to work. So it's a lot of unanswered questions. And I think, you know, like other things they've had to come out with SARS and Ebola and stuff. Like we never had to worry about that stuff over here. So I feel like our generation, this is really the first time we've actually had everybody for the first time had a pandemic affecting everybody. So we haven't been through the stages of something first starting out. I just know that they said it would take 10 years and they did it in less than a year. So that also makes me, because it's like, y'all should know what y'all are capable to do. So then it makes me wonder, well, what y'all doing about these other things going on in the world? Is y'all just, going around like molasses, just going slow about it because of money or whatever the case may be? Or y'all have the tools to cure a lot of shit that's going on in the world and y'all just ain't doing it. So what is it?
Right. And that's the point.
New.
Like, for me,
it's not like it was for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And not only is it new, but the fact that you, like you said, there's different variants. So whatever you catch might not, this vaccine might not even work for the variant that you could catch.
Exactly. They don't know. Every doctor I've asked has no idea. Even my uncle, he is a doctor, and I've asked him. He has no idea. He can't tell me.
So, and that's the first thing. Secondly, a lot of people are saying that you need to go get a physical before you get it, because if you have any other underlying issues, that's what the thing, the shot could affect, right? That's why some people are dying. My problem is that they giving it out just anywhere. They popping up in the parking lot, at pop-up shop, vaccine shops. You don't know who giving you a jab. You don't know if these people are certified to give you a jab. There were people that got blood clots. You don't know if it's because the people that are actually administering these shots are properly trained.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. Like, they just got pop up. You be like, where you got your shot at? On the corner in the parking lot. By who? Some lady in a white coat. Like, you don't see no doctor credentials or nothing right now. Like, people just like, just come get your vaccine. Like, you don't even know what they shooting in your arm. Is it a vaccine? Like, we don't even know. When these pop-up shots, it say, come get your vaccine. What vaccine is it? Is it the Moderna?
Choose. My uncle told me, he was like, whatever they got available is what you're getting. You don't even get to choose. And the Johnson & Johnson.
And then I know people that got one shot and can't get the second shot. So how long does it last? Like, how long time do you have between the first shot to get the second shot if you can't get one at the location that you got the first shot at? Like, I don't want all that shit right now.
Like I said, the Johnson & Johnson one, that one isn't even fully effective. That's like 30 or 40% effective. So why even create one? Why spend all that money to create a vaccine that is like 30 or 40% effective?
Then they talking about people got to come back in 6 months.
Like 90 and 100%.
I'm dead.
I know it's some doctors watching right now. I know y'all got, so y'all can throw some shit in the comments. If y'all know some shit we don't know, because we over here trying to figure it out. So if y'all got some new information, because my uncle's like, the CDC, I talk to the CDC. Well, shit, they ain't talk to me. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
you don't know what's going
on. Conflicting like that. But the CDC will say one thing on their page, and then you stroll down and that's, well, we didn't say that. We said this, but we don't know nothing about that. I'm like,
it's a lot of implying, a whole lot of implied ideas.
That's really what the conversation is right now. And, I know people who are nurses and then their partner is not in the medical field. I know people who are in the medical field and brought it home to their partner. And so now, they're both vaccinated because of that part. But if that hadn't happened, then the other partner probably would not have gotten vaccinated. But because the person's working in the medical field, then we got people who are in the police force, firefighters, and they have families that are not in that line of work. So they got to get vaccinated. You know what I mean? So what happens with everybody else in the family? If you really think about it, if the whole family is not, for the whole vaccine. But as far as like couples, that I definitely think that should be something that you guys have a conversation together and understand that if one person in the couple does not want to have a vaccine, I think that should be understandable, especially with what the numbers are right now. And if a person want to get vaccinated, I understand that too. But y'all living together, you know what I mean? 1 and 1, it could be helpful for both of y'all. But I definitely don't think it should break relationships because one person is getting vaccinated and the other is not. And I feel like that's kind of forming right now. Like as far as like who's hanging out with who, like that clicking shit, like the vaccinated clique and then the other clique. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a really interesting scenario that's happening right in front of our faces, like right in front of our faces. And we're witnessing this at an age where we're young enough to see how this pans out. You know what I mean? We're young enough.
We're gonna be here like 10, 15, 20 years. Like, oh damn, you fucked up because they always do it.
First, the commercial. No, you're gonna see the commercial. If you got the vaccine in 2021, there's a lawsuit. The lawsuit, the law office of Rammer and Rams.
I really said that. I be feeling the same way, and I try not to joke about it because I have family and close friends that are vaccinated, and I would hate to see, I would not want to see that. And so that's the situation right now. Like we have families, people we care about that are getting vaccinated, and some of us are not.
Why would we trust Johnson & Johnson? Didn't they just recall their baby powder?
Okay. Okay. All right. Look, Apollo. That's why I love you. You feel me? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say because people.
You did not just go through this like a year ago with their baby powder. Every black person has used baby. That's what we was taught. That was what we knew.
Let me tell you something. If you didn't clean your room and make your bed up and put baby powder under your sheets, you was not black enough. Okay, you did not have black jeans. Okay.
Baby powder in your underwear.
You have baby? What? You have baby powder on your underwear and on your feet? What you mean? In the summertime, Jamaicans love baby powder on their feet.
Yeah.
I just thought in my mind, I'm like, why would we trust them with an entire vaccine for something that's brand new? And that's why they shit don't work. That's why they shit only 30% effective. Is because of that shit right there, the baby powder shit. And see how long it took for y'all. How long that shit been out? And see, we just now finding out about the baby powder.
Right, and it all got laid. It only got reference back to cancer because women start getting this ovarian cancer. And they're like, well, how am I getting? I don't smoke. I don't do this. I don't do that. And they were like, have you ever used talcum powder? Baby powder, because it has talcum powder in it, and the talcum powder is led to some other shit. You got some other shit, and then there's some other shit.
Everything closes up.
As simple as baby powder, and you shooting me up with some shit.
And everybody that, even if you wasn't black, everybody that had a baby bought the whole baby powder Johnson & Johnson kit with baby powder, baby lotion, baby shampoo, baby soap, because it was all, everybody loved a baby smell. Okay, that's why you did the whole baby powder thing. Okay, it was like, ooh, I smell like a baby. Ooh, you smell like a baby.
They try to put baby powder after they wax the poom poom. I'll be like, I don't want none of that on it. Just, I'm gonna have to be gangster with it. Just put that wax. I'm just gonna.
Let me tell you. I learned what you do, baby. You got to take you some cornstarch in there when you go get your wax, and tell you to put a little cornstarch on it. Now the cornstarch, rub it on down. Now the cornstarch nice and silky. Yeah,
cornstarch.
Yeah, honey, little cornstarch, a little silky, little cornstarch. You gotta keep a little cornstarch in you go get your little wax and wax. You gotta be right now.
I know it. Yeah. I did not know cornstarch.
But I haven't been to the wax place in over a year, so
cornstarch.
So listen, let me just say this to you. I also have a PSA service announcement tonight. I think we need to put all lives matter. So, they want to start talking about Asian lives. I don't know what's happening with Black lives, where they went at, because they didn't stop marching, but we all matter. And I don't know what is starting these Black men attacking Asians. I don't know what that's about. Like the one that killed his mama, we already know he was mentally deranged. So he was inevitable to do something. That lady was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. Like that just I just am not understanding what's going on, of this some setup to start creating a race war, because that's how it happens. Like all of a sudden, all you seeing is black men attacking or having something to say towards, and I'm like, when did this happen? We are,
I know.
We are two races that both been enslaved. We have both been discriminated. We've both been, and the only difference between black people and Chinese people is that they have an actual community that they support each other. Like China, all Asian people, like Chinatown. When you go to Chinatown, you could be from Korea. You don't nobody know where you from. Okay. You can be Asian. It's just you Asian. You can shop in these markets unless you don't speak the language, and they figure out how to communicate. But then they have Korean towns. They all have communities. We only get hoods. We get places that people gonna get robbed and stabbed and, just smoke weed in the hallway and piss in the elevator type things. And it should not be that way. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's going on in the world where all of a sudden they attacking Asians. They need to stop. I don't know who these people are. I don't know if this is part of the whole conspiracy, just keep having us all
create a new narrative.
Yeah.
Because, like, to be honest, like, I'm not saying that these things don't happen, but I just feel like Black Lives Matter, a lot of this was created because young black lives, particularly black men at first, were getting killed by the police, and of course women. That's where the Say Her Name came from. And so now with the Asian hate, that was a black man I look at the conspiracy of things too. I'm not saying things don't happen. I definitely don't, believe that we should be attacking other races because they feel that what is it? They think the corona and all that stuff. There were things happening before that wasn't even black folks that was attacking Asian folks. People were attacking them in last year. Didn't we hear about it?
Right.
So now is this narrative. So I just said keep the eyes on the conspiracy because they are making laws, right? Look, we over here on Red Light Special talking about sweets and juice, and we over here getting into politics, y'all. Let's keep it on the sweet side, So for all I gotta say is, look, stop the Asian hate. Black Lives Matter. Yes, all of us matter, but there are communities and ethnicity groups that need to be paid attention to. And so do Native Americans, okay? They need what they need at the same time. So there's so many different things that are happening, but I do feel and I do know with the whole Black Lives Matters movement, it definitely has set the bar for other communities to stand up for their community. You know what I'm saying? And that's what needs to be had is for communities. People in their communities need to stand up for their communities and create allies with other communities so we can work together. Mm-hmm. Black Lives Matter can't fight for everybody else's group. You get what I'm saying? We fight for what's going on with the police brutality that happens with us because our skin is brown. Okay? Now, the other things that are going on in other communities as well, that needs to be in the limelight too. And we need to also support that as well. But I do feel like there is a conspiracy that's going around with it. So I want everybody to make sure that they're paying attention because there was one thing with the Black Lives Matter, that we had the trans life, and then there was the black men against the gay men. It was like, the black men were putting on this. And see, the thing is with black men, it's like, you can look at a black man and not know that he's gay or if he's straight or whatever. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's this thing against the black man. You get what I mean? So just keep your eyes on that because that's what the media does to distract us from what's really going on. So
all it is just a narrative because all this time it's been about black lives matters, black men. So now it's like, you know what, let's get people off of that. Let's start showing black men doing this so we can have something else to talk about. So everything that they're trying to do, we have an excuse now. But here's the thing, all this Asian hate, black hate, all these other little mass shootings that's been happening is so interesting. Why don't we have campaigns to stop that? I'm confused. Like, these people are literally walking, they're able to literally go home or go in a jail cell, get meals, everything like that. They get to walk away. Why are we having campaigns for that? That's my thing. That's how I know there's a narrative, because not saying that it's not real, but what's been going on in the Asian community doesn't even compare to what's been going on with just the white supremacy, all that shit. It does not. That's a threat to everyone. It's not just a threat to Black, Asians. It's even a threat to their own people, because they're shooting their own people.
Yeah,
they're not just shooting Black people. They're shooting everybody. They don't give a fuck. So who's leading that narrative? It's the white male. That's why we don't. I said we're desensitized to it. That's all. We're used to that level of rage and recklessness and crazy whatever bullshit. We're so used to it now that we say, oh, there was a bombing. Oh, there was a shooting. Oh, he killed 20 people. He was 15. Okay. Right. It's not even a shocker. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, okay. So we've become so desensitized to it. And the fact that the narrative is changing, they always got to change it back. It's like, things are getting too brown or yellow or red or black.
Yeah. And so now we done showed our hand. We done showed our hand. We done show how crazy the people done showed how we can get. Now they're gonna start implementing laws for that, like we're doing in Atlanta and other states. So, stop white supremacy. That's really what.
That's what it's about. It's more love, people. It's time to love.
Time to love.
And I have to say this too, because it's white supremacy, but white supremacy is so old age. It's just taking a long time for it to die off, if that makes sense. Those perspectives, those people, that mentality, because I'll say not the first time, but it was the younger generation was not having it. My friend is Black, Asian. My favorite artist is Black, Spanish. My favorite rapper, my favorite athlete is Black, this and that. So they wasn't having it, the younger generation. They're like, you're killing my friends. so that's what I'm saying. Things are changing, but it's a generational thing. So that's what's taking so long. And it's so with the narratives, to protect the narrative, that's what they have to do.
Well, I think it's important that we document this time, just like everything else in our lives, because there's going to be a time in our lives where, hopefully that we won't be living with a mask, and we won't be living we have to be in a room 6 feet away from someone that we love. I definitely feel that we've been desensitized, that this whole pandemic has created it so that we as people don't communicate. You know what I mean? Like, the masks keep people from actually talking or being expressive. And it's even more now that we've been dumbed down a little bit, because all that we know, we still accepting what we are being fed. We know television, we know the media is all working together. We know after Trump, we should already know that nothing on television is based on reality.
Right.
It all has some kind of bigger
line. Created the drama. It's funny. I haven't done TV stuff because they said I'm not dramatic. They said I'm not controversial enough.
You haven't what?
Because you know how they ask questions, and because everybody has a perspective of how a gay guy should act and how a Black gay guy should act, and then they have a perspective of drama. Then how they ask you, well, if somebody did this to you, what would you say or do? Bitch, I wouldn't do shit because I don't give a fuck. I'm not here for them.
Right.
Oh, well, you wouldn't try to start, no. For what? You know what I'm saying? And next thing I know, I ain't get the part. You're not controversial enough. I'm not trying to be. Do you really want me to beat somebody's ass on national TV? You know what I'm saying? Because that won't be fake.
But that's really what they want. Don't you get it, Apollo? Like, they want the more turned up you can be, the more of the more of what their perception is of a gay Black man, right?
It's always been that. And I'll just be like, no, that's not me. I'm actually really chill.
work on
So,
But you got to also, what are you casting for? Are you casting for reality or are you casting for a part? Because if you're casting for a part,
reality.
okay. Yeah,
and
so reality.
and I see myself, and I'll be confused. Like, well, you see
Let
me.
me just be clear to you. Reality is not reality.
Exactly.
And that's what you need to understand. It's all scripted reality. Like, those people create these personas and then get mad that a motherfucker wants them to live up to it.
Right.
And that's what I'm not doing.
And then you have
the part that
then you have some of them who actually try to live up to it, but don't even know why they living up to it. It's just because they this is what everybody love and this is what the world want to see. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them are not. I would say this: they get it too fast, so they don't even realize what they have. So they treat people like they're replaceable, and they're not even hot. Half of the reality people, like, they're not nice people.
Right. The ratchet catch. Not the ratchets that we in the club we shaking ass stuff. They get the ratchet.
Let me just say this to you. Anytime the person that produced the show don't even want to watch it, what's the point? Like, some of them are lucky enough to go and create a career out of it, and I wish them well. But as an actor, for people that have been busting their ass out here that really go and do the work, and I think it's unfair because you have influencers. Half of them just get on because of the following, not because they're good actors. Mm-hmm. And I think it's not fair to the actors that are out here really working to get the parts, that really want to do the work. Like, if you want to be in reality, y'all just keep making fake reality shit over here. And then, but that's just not how it is right now, because the faker you are, the more they love you. So, being real, you want to be too real, Apollo. You got to get faker, baby, if you want to get on reality TV. You ain't faking.
No, bitch, I can't do her hair. I can't. I can tell her if it look good or not, but I can't do it. Like, like shit. But it's like you said, it's about TV, so you know what I'm saying. Like Stiletto, my teaching persona is not who I am at home. It's a part of me, but it's not who I am when I'm home. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just relaxed, chill, smoke a blunt. I sit with my legs spread. I'm not over with cross legs, and which there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like when I'm in my mode, I'm in my mode. And when I'm not, I'm not.
Right.
And you're gonna get what you first saw. You're always gonna get that. Now, if you want me to be on some real stuff in real time, you're gonna get half. Whenever I'm teaching or doing that stuff, you're gonna get him. Everything else, you're gonna get this person. I ain't gonna cuss somebody out. They're not paying me. Right. I can get two shit about it.
Right.
And I don't have drama because the fact is, I don't have an off button once it's pushed. I don't think you want that, bitch. Your equipment, everything will be fucked up, bitch. Like,
we don't need all that.
Do that to myself, and I refuse to let y'all do it to me either. Right. It's like, ooh, bitch, girl.
Right.
You was here for when whatever the club that was when I broke my hand.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know.
Girl, great green room was fucked up, bitch. I fucked up, bitch.
Got time for those things.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna show you a nigga today, bitch.
People see my videos and see the work I do. They be like, "Oh, she bitty girl, she attitude or whatever." But then when they meet me, they be like, "Oh, she's pretty live." But then she's
professional. Wow. Right. Yeah. I got here, bitch.
Right, but when I'm at home, I'm chilling, because I'm still a tomboy. Like I'm a woman, and I got my girly girl ways, and I'm also a tomboy. I got these different things going on. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a perspective or perception. What perception do you put out there? For people, how you want people to perceive you, and that's what this social media is perception. So. But here at the Red Light Special Live, we keeping it real to y'all and talking about the perceptions and talking about the social medias and the couples and the sex and all them type of things. So going back to what our question was for today, if you're a couple and you're vaccinated, would you guys be upset if only one was vaccinated or not? And we talked about it here. We think it's really good for y'all to talk about it before you make those kind of decisions. But remember, nobody knows. We don't know what this vaccine is going to be. So, don't be so pushy on and getting people to get the vaccine so fast. Okay.
It really got, like I said, have a conversation, because you don't know what perspectives your partner may have internally for their reasoning, whether either way. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be like, oh, well, I just want you to get vaccinated so we can have fun. And it's like, but you're not thinking about the health things. You just want to go out and be able to have fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like all these different things. It's like people have to be on the same page and the same understanding. Like, okay, if it's just about us being able to live life and have fun, I understand that. But you might want to get it and your ass might be sick for 2 months. And I'm over here be okay. Are you thinking about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you thinking about you might be out of work for 2 weeks? Right. Because your ass is sick, your arms don't work, or whatever the hell's going on with you. And I'm over here scared to get a vaccine, and I got it for us, and now I can't travel because your ass sick.
Right.
So, you know.
Yeah, I feel you. Deishalene just made a comment. She waved at us. Hey, Deishalene, how you doing?
Hey,
all right, y'all. Well, we here every Wednesday on the Hug Day.
Every Wednesday. I'm looking forward. Listen, y'all. Listen, I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to coming out there really, really soon. I'm thinking May. I think we should meet up at Venice Beach and do some beach stuff. And like let's plan a retreat weekend, dancing heels and cocktails, and
we gonna do. How about that? I'm gonna have a routine for you. We're gonna do a nice little dance visual. We're gonna have you looking real sexy.
Yes. Get me hype right. You know I'm ready.
Let them know.
We're gonna get my rubber dub going.
Dancing as well. Add that to your resume.
Yes. All right.
I'm so excited. Yes. So we're gonna create this whole weekend of heels, cocktail. That's how we coming back out in May. So get your Mother's Day. Y'all don't know what y'all want to do for y'all Mother's Day. We're gonna plan something. Yamina gonna get some dancing. We're gonna get some heels, and we're gonna get some cocktails. We're gonna find a spot. We just gonna make something real sexy and happen. And for the people that got their COVID shot and don't got their COVID shot, we're gonna have one side vaccine, one side not, and we're gonna rock it out. We're gonna rub a dub.
Right. That sounds sexy, right?
Yes, darling. We're ready to come get sexy. It's time to get back out in the world.
Oh, I'm ready. It's hot. Well, Megan decided got a boyfriend now. You know what I mean?
Wait. Before we go, she just made a push at Little Mom. She made a pass. She said she always wanted. She was too shy to come at Little Mom. And Little Mom said, I always wanted to. It's a whole thing going on here.
Miami, girls, yeah. I think they're trying to do a song or some shit. I think it's clout.
I think it's for a song too. I thought that too. I said, they just want to do a song.
Girls, the one Young Miami, her. She Megan Thee Stallion made a comment basically being like, what's up? Basically, like throwing like a little,
She said, I was too shy to say something to you when I saw you, but I always wanted to hang. Could I want to hang out with you or something?
Exactly. Miami was like, oh, really? Because I always wanted to hang out with you too. And it's like, wait, what? So y'all, I ain't mad, but I'm like, oh, okay, Megan Thee Stallion.
Collaboration still coming with all the female rappers. Give it to me, y'all.
They both in relationships. That's the funny part. Both of them in relationships.
What is collaboration? We need to make Megan Thee Stallion and City Girl collab. You know what I mean? That time.
Sounds like
I think it would be dope. You got South Texas, you got South Florida. You know what I'm saying? I think it would be a dope collab.
It would be high. Pull up. Let's see what they got. They sound like they two monsters, a stallion and a dalion. Let's go.
And I'm still you could be in a relationship and single and still be hot for hot girls.
Yeah, we always on that hot girl shit over here in the red light district, honey. And let me tell you something. If you need something sweet, if you have not been to Levain Bakery in the city, baby, let me tell you, they got a cookie in there that'll make you scream and rub your fingers and your toes. It's so moist and so chewy. And then they got, oh my God, it's just delicious. And they have all kind of flavors. They got chocolate chip walnut. They got this chocolate con leche. sister. Oh my God, let me move.
How you said Dolce Leche? How you said that?
Leche. You heard what I said? The Lord of the Leche.
Dolce de Leche. I never know how to say that shit. That and what's the wine called?
But let me just tell you,
Cabernet Sauvignon.
I gotta show y'all this cookie before I go because the cookie's so big. I said, now this don't make no sense. Look at this cookie.
Meal. That ain't no cookie. That's a meal.
That's a meal for sure.
Okay, that's what a
cookie phone.
And that's what a $4 cookie. Be the one that has the.
It better be that big. It could be a little.
Let me tell you something, but it's so good. It's every worth the $4. As you eat a piece, you ain't worried about that $4.
Right? You ain't worried about that $4. It'll be good, especially in the city. But you know, so shout out to the East Coast, shout out to the West Coast.
I can't wait to come over there, eat some tacos, and eat some good food over there in Venice Beach. I'm excited.
Me too. I'm ready.
I can't wait. What she said, sorry, but they don't have. Oh, okay. We got you, D. Thank you so much for tuning in, girl.
What's the swookies? What's swookies?
She's talking about that cookie that.
Oh, sorry, they don't have swookies.
I don't know what swookies is.
Okay.
That like an edible. You talking about beach?
I was like, because I love edible, honey. If you got an edible, have them ready too. We're gonna have edibles on deck.
Look, the edible gets you all messed up, okay?
Yeah, I want to come there and eat with the chef that cook with all the food, with the food chef that do the edible food. We need to find him too.
Oh, yeah.
Well, baby, make the sweet potato cookies and have them ready when I get there, okay? I want a swookie in my life. I love a swookie, okay? I eat a swookie with some milk when I get there. Just have them when I get off the plane, them damn swookies. I can't go to have a swookie, okay? I want a swookie, a cookie, and whatever else you got over there that got some sugar in it, okay? 13 flavors.
She got 13 flavors.
Let me tell you something, Delete. Don't play with us now. Don't play. Didn't you hear us over here we're trying to put a retreat together. We're going to have you with them 13 flavors at the table with some milk.
I love me a little variety.
I love a snooky, and a cookie, honey. Just put them on the table. I love it, baby. Call me Santa Claus, okay?
Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm so happy we got Mr. Ghetto Stiletto, Apollo, Miss Trina Be Real. Your girl, you mean Lil John, aka Madam Red.
Look, follow me and tell me about them cookies, girl. Delici Lynn, she trying to tell me she ship them. Follow me. I want you to find me on all social media outlets, baby. Trina Be Real. Tell me about them cookies. Let's get into it.
Ships everywhere. Catch the tea.
Let me tell you, if we get the cookies by next Wednesday, I'm gonna talk about them cookies. If them cookies is right, we're gonna talk about them cookies, and you're gonna be internationally known, baby. I'm like E.F. Hutton. I talk, they listen. You heard me?
Well, you can follow our girl Trina Be Real right here on the gram. Trina Be Real. You can follow Apollo Sadiq over here. You can also check out his Ghetto Stiletto and all his other brands. We over here. You can follow your girl, Yamina LaJohn. Visit the website, YaminaLaJohn.com. And we here every Wednesday, y'all.
Every Wednesday.
Thank you so much for tuning in. And we